Nobody wins when music changes to a war song, which is why we always try to bring all sides to have a conversation on the way forward as far as peace is concerned. Rivers State has been in the news literally just few months into the administration of Siminalayi Fubara, the governor of the state. The feud between himself and his, would you call it erstwhile, or his political godfather, it has metamorphosed into several dimensions, and now it has taken a security concern, which is why we had to pull in the men in charge of security to give us perspective as to what exactly is going on and what the force is doing to avoid further breakdown of law and order. As a matter of fact, we can confirm from our correspondent that an explosion killed someone in Port Harcourt today. As much as we get the details, we'll let you know. But let's bring in our guest, the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, CP Tunji Diso. Commissioner, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
All right. Let's begin with few confirmations and a few things that we need clarity. I'm sure you were watching and you'd have seen the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adeze, already talking about the search for a certain young man who was trying to detonate an explosive, but it was a failed attempt, and the hospitals in the state have now been put on high alert to find out anybody who has that kind of injury. And then we just confirmed or got information that someone died. So what do you know from the police end as far as this particular latest issue is concerned?
Sometime around 11, 12 o'clock today, we got that same information that 4 persons in a white Corolla vehicle somewhere along Aba Road stopped their vehicle and there was an explosion. And information we gathered was that 2 of the occupants of the vehicle were injured, while 2 others came out, put them in the vehicle and drove off, out of town, so to say. We have triggered all necessary units of the Nigerian police force within the state to be on the lookout for this vehicle and the victims in case they are going for treatment anywhere. At the same time, we have brought in officers in charge of the bomb squad to the area, and they have been there and they have done wonderful jobs. They have been able to gather particles and then to confirm it that some particles that indicate IED have been discovered. And then by the end of tomorrow, we should be able to confirm to you the kind of IED that have been exploded today.
So for clarity, is this related? Because, you know, we hear initial report. As things unfold, we get clarification as to what is what. Is this related to the protest that happened or the march that happened today, or this is an isolated case?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I would not want to confirm that. The information at my disposal was that they were in a vehicle, they stopped very close to the, not too far from the presidential hotel where the explosion took place. I will not want to relate it to that yet. We are gathering information. We have talked to people around there. The police bomb squad are there. And a team has been dedicated to give me information before the end of today.
All right, CP, I know that the police had made given a release kind of to tell everybody to just calm down a little while the police do their job in restoring peace to the area. But that has also been received with division across board. And the labor union, I think, and the TUC and some groups were supposed to protest, but they called it off. But we now saw that the 21 local government chairmen, the former local government chairmen, some of them led protests across the state. We've also seen a march today in Obiakpor local government. What happened to the instruction you gave?
The directive we gave, or rather the statement made by us, came up after the claim that they were coming out to demonstrate against police officers who have been posted to guard all the local governments. The statement advised them to stop the protest as we are afraid that it could be hijacked by any other persons. And we will not want any situation that will bring breakdown of peace in the state. That was the statement we made.
Yeah, that was the statement you made, but we're seeing protests and march, which is why I'm asking you, what now happens to that statement?
Yes, we have our men out. We have warned them and we continue to do that. We have never said nobody should protest. We have never said that nobody should protest. We want them not to do this so that it will not be hijacked. We have taken note of everyone who came out today. We have gotten across to them, and we have continued to warn and advise them at the same time that we don't want to encourage people moving around so that it will not be hijacked by other parties.
So let's talk about that barricade. The workers are saying, and it's quite a difficult position I can imagine for the police at this point. The workers are saying you are infringing on their right to do their work. You are saying you have to keep barricading for the purpose of ensuring the avoidance of breakdown of law and order. How long are you going to stay at that position, you know, not allowing people to enter the headquarters of the local government area?
Let me try and explain the situation. The local government is in contention. There are two parties fighting to take hold of the local government. I think the best thing for us to do at this particular moment is to ensure that we hold it, we seal it, we do not allow any of them to come in. Because if we allow any of them to come in, the other parties to come and attack them. And don't forget, our duties are to protect lives and property. And that is exactly what we are doing. The Inspector General of Police have reiterated this. They have said it again and again, that we should continue to remain there as long as the crisis remains the way it is.
The status quo that was stated by the court. So when the police is acting by the directive of the IGP or those in authority at the police hierarchy, what document do you look at when everybody is saying it is my right to do this or the other, in this case to enter the local government secretariat? What do you rely on to say you can't or you should, or I'm not infringing on your right to do what you want?
What we rely on are the duties of the Nigerian police force. And that states protect lives and property. And that is exactly what we're doing.
The reason I ask that question is because some people are saying police is taking sides. When you hear those kind of position, what explanation do you give?
I've just explained it to you. What is the problem we have at hand? Crisis that has to do with the local government. This party says I should be in charge of the local government at this particular time. And the other party says the same thing too. They are fighting over heading the local government. And if we allow both of them to go in, definitely you know there will be breakdown of law and order. So what is the right thing for us to do? Go in there, prevent them from coming in there until the proper thing is done. So I think we are not taking sides with anybody. Our duties are to protect lives and property, and that is exactly what we are doing. If you allow them to go in, definitely everybody knows there will be clashes and there will be loss of life.
So for the benefit of the audience and the public, which areas are of big concern to you? I know every part is of importance, given the fact that there's a rivalry here and there, but in any situation in your analytics, I know there are hotspots. Which areas are you really concerned about, and what deployment, level of deployment are you putting out?
I don't want to give any priority to any side. I'm taking everything equal because I've been surprised in one or two areas where I do not expect trouble. I've seen it. So what we have done is directed all our DPOs, our area commanders, to put in equal effort in ensuring that they safeguard all the local government areas within the state.
Okay, let's talk about we'll come back to this issue of the local government areas as much as possible. But maybe staying on it, I saw a video of one guy. He says he's a warlord. I think General Asabuja, something like that. there are a lot of very, strong rhetoric in response to the former chairman of Ikwere local government, Samuel Nwanosike, and those exchanges, those strong rhetorics. What is the police doing to make sure that, because things like this, we've seen it escalate. What are you doing to de-escalate it beyond just positioning at these local government headquarters? Because this is quite important. These are the things that trigger action.
Yes, you have mentioned it, that is correct. That video caused a lot of panic in the States. It gave a lot of concern to everybody, even out of the States. I want to assure you that we are not going to take kindly to that. We have put in actions in motion. We'll get him at the appropriate time. We have gotten a lot of people of his kind. You cannot come, prepare videos, and start firing and threatening people not to move around and do what they are expected to do in the town and expect the police to fold their hands. We are working towards it. We have invited him. He has refused to come, and then we'll do what we are supposed to do. We are looking out for him.
So is he a wanted man in your books?
That is correct. He's wanted. That is correct.
So General Asabuja is wanted by the Nigerian police force in Rivers State?
That I confirm to you.
All right. So let's, as I said, we'll come back. I just needed to get out of my way. Let's go back to something that happened in Onne. We saw videos as well emanating where we saw weapons, ammunition, and all of that, guns, if we use that word. Now, a lot of them. Some things that look like pump action. I'm not a policeman, so I don't know the categories of guns yet. Can you confirm what that video is really? Is it really from an airport? What exactly is that video really all about? Because sometimes we see videos and it's denied that it doesn't come from here or the other. So what is the statement of the police concerning that particular video?
Sincerely, I will not want to give you a statement 100% pertaining to it. The only thing I will want to mention to you is that we have a commissioner of police in charge of that port. And that incident, I will confirm to you, yes, I've spoken to the commissioner of police, and the commissioner of police in charge of the port is liaising with the customs. And at the appropriate time, the customs and the police will come up with a statement on it.
All right, CP, let's now talk about the action that we expect. The Court of Appeal has not sat on those consolidated appeals, which we hear that part of the reason the police is holding off and not allowing people entry is to wait for the determination of court so that at least there's a legal backing to whatever action you are taking in terms of, there's a legal action for providing peace. I must state that. I'm talking about when there's a court decision or a court ruling. What are the proactive measures? Because when there's a court ruling or a court judgment, somebody will win, somebody will lose. And in this case, everybody's grandstanding, saying that they have a strong position. Proactive measures the police is putting ahead of that to avoid things from escalating.
Yes, we have our legal team following up the case in court so that we will not be taken by surprise when the judgment will come. We have our police officers put on red alert. All the DPOs have been informed. And then we are having regular meetings with the police officers, and that's our senior police officers, our management team. And the Inspector General of Police have assisted the command by directing 5 squadrons to join us for deployment. As of now, we have a lot of police officers on the ground. A lot of places have been covered, and then we are ready to go for the judgment anytime it comes.
As we begin to wind down, CP, what conversation, the level of collaboration between you and the state government as far as this is concerned? Because I know that the governor said, go to work. Later I said, don't break in, you can operate from anywhere. But he's the chief security officer of Rivers State. What conversations are you having to make sure that everybody is brought on board? Because most times we hear governors say, we've heard a governor say, people have come to negotiate with bandits in his state and he was not aware. In this case, we don't expect that to happen in Rivers State. So what is the level of collaboration between government and the police?
We have a wonderful collaboration. I talk with the governor of the state almost every day. And then whenever there's emergency, I quickly run down to him and discuss issues with him. And then he called me, he told me 1 or 2 things, and then One of the things he mentioned was that he has directed his supporters to go about their businesses lawfully, that he will not be happy if any of them took laws into their hands, and that if I come across any of his supporters misbehaving, I should take the appropriate actions. We had wonderful collaboration, we had wonderful meeting, and then we have had our security meetings as well involving all other security agencies, where the situation of things are discussed with the governor, and every other security agencies have been cooperating with me. They have been cooperating and sending troops to assist me as well. So far, so good. We are all working towards ensuring peace in the state.
CB, final question, I promise on this one. Are you prepared for a strong response, and to what extent, if things, like you say, surprise you, any surprises pop up?
We are very ready. We have thought about a lot of things that could be surprised at the end of the day. We have had simulations, officers have been trained, and they have been told of what could happen at any time. For your information, we have regular meetings with all officers on the field. They no longer need to come to the headquarters for meeting. We hold regular meetings on Zoom and other gadgets that have just been provided by the Inspector General of Police. We are ready to go. We are ready to ensure we maintain peace. And then if it goes out of hand, we have a lot of officers to come in at any time to bring down any opposition we might have.
CP Tunji Diso, Commissioner of Police in Rivers State. We pray for the peace of Rivers State, and we hope that this doesn't escalate. I wish you and your men the very best.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation about what are the scenarios and what we could do to further engender peace in Rivers State. Join us again.